When we work with exponents, there's a few rules that we've got to keep in mind. The first is if we're multiplying exponents, we add them together. If we're dividing terms that have exponents, we subtract the exponents. And if we're taking something to the power of, for example, a, then we multiply the exponents. So for this example here, x cubed to the power of 4, we multiply the 3 and the 4 together. So we end up with x to the power of 12. In this case, we have y to the power of 0. Any number to the power of 0 always, always, always equals 1. So we could have 100 to the power of 0. We could have 1,000,000 to the power of 0. And it's always going to equal 1. Negative numbers to the power of 0 equal 1. So in this case, 3 times y to the power of 0 is equivalent to 3 times 1, which is just equal to 3. In this case here, we're dividing terms with exponents, so we subtract them. So we have 3. You always start by looking at the coefficients, and you just treat those like regular numbers. So we have 3 divided by 2, which we can't really simplify, so we just have 3 over 2. And then we're left with x to the power of 4, x to the power of 3. Subtract the exponents, leaves us with x to the power of 1, which simplifies to x. So our final answer is 3 over 2x. In this case here, we've got a combination of multiplication and division happening. So I'm going to start by simplifying the top and then simplify the bottom. So this is going to be equal to 2, we leave that, 2 times 1, x to the 5 times x to the 3, we add up those exponents. So we have 2x to the power of 8 divided by, again, we do look at the coefficients first. 6 times 1 is just 6. X to the power of 4 times x to the power of 7 leaves us x to the power of 11. Next step here, this is where we divide. So we've got 2 divided by 6, which is the same as 1 over 3. X to the power of 3 divided by x to the power of 8, that was, divided by x to the power of 11 leaves us x to the negative 3. Now, whenever we have a negative exponent, if we write it in the denominator, we can write it as a positive exponent. And this is a standard way of writing things. We don't want to have negative exponents. You just write it in the denominator. So this would be equal to 1 divided by 3x cubed. And now our exponent of negative 3 has become positive because we've written it in the denominator. Here's another example of that. We've got 3y to the negative 4. Another way of writing this is 3 over y to the 4.